and welcome back to my channel. I posted on my Instagram for you all to ask me a few questions to get to know me, and I would love to answer these for you because I feel like, my videos are, about certain things, but I never really talk about myself. And I feel like to grow a relationship with you all, it's better for you guys to get to know me. So without further ado, I'm here to answer your questions, so let's get started. Okay, so I have my iPad here and it's connected to my Instagram. So I'm going to read some questions and they're very random. So, did I go to college or university? And if so, what did I study? I studied law and security. I went to college, a local college, and it's something that I've always wanted to study. I always enjoyed going to my classes. Favorite artists. How about I choose one guy and one girl? Okay, so for a girl, I love Jennifer Lopez. And for a guy, I love Tupac, for sure. Favorite movies. Okay, love Scarface, Goodfellas, Casino. I love romantic comedies too. I honestly love different types of movies. Like any Adam Sandler movie, I'm obsessed. Okay, so this was actually from a very supportive subscriber of mine, and we kind of chit chat sometimes on Instagram. She's such a sweetheart. So she asked advice on long-lasting friendships. So I feel like it's definitely about quality and not quantity. I've been friends for so many years with some people, and I can meet somebody that I met a few years ago and we're just as close. So it's definitely about quality. And I'm a big person when it comes to trust, loyalty, and respect, and having the same morals is really important. I mean, it's normal to have differences. I mean, you're not gonna just be the exact same. It's great that you have similar qualities, of course. But I feel like, I'll give you a good example. So I met a girl who turned out to be one of my best friends who stood up in my wedding. We met in New York City. I'll tell you this brief story. And it was my very first training. I'm not gonna say what company, only because I don't want it to represent them badly, because they are honestly amazing and I worked for them for a very long time. I had my second ever training and I traveled on my own, went to New York City, and it's scary. I mean, I was 21 years old. And I didn't know any of these girls, and this specific friend of mine, we ended up just meeting, and she was so nice to me, and all the other girls were so mean, really, really mean to me, and I really didn't understand why. I was never rude back. If anything, I was even nicer, only because I'm not gonna let anybody else's bitterness change my sweetness. And I feel like that's a quote that's out there, and I definitely heard it so many times, but I live by that. And unless someone's a true jerk to me, I'm always gonna stand up for myself. So you guys get what I'm saying. So anyways, into a night where we had a free night and all the girls planned on hanging out together, and I was not included. She actually ditched all of those girls whom she's traveled and went to so many trainings with to hang out with me. And she told me that there was something about me that she couldn't understand, that the girls didn't like about me, because she didn't understand, because there was something about me that she really, really loved, and we just got along great. We are literally the same person. So that is great to have when it comes to long-lasting friendship. And I knew right away that she was super loyal and that her morals are like mine. I would be that type of girl. I would do exactly what she did. So it's great about that too. Speaking of that, of having a long-lasting friendship, is even if you don't talk every single day, but when you do talk, you leave off where you left off last. It's the perfect relationship and friendship. I honestly truly feel that. And so the main thing I just feel is having the same morals. You don't have to be the exact same person, but valuing the same thing would really make a friendship whole, in my opinion. So I really hope that answered that question. What is your dream vacation? My dream vacation, Greece. That would be amazing. I feel like Greece is so me. The food I'm obsessed with, the music. I listen to so much Greek music. It's unbelievable. Just everything about it. I think the history, I love, just learning about stuff like that. What sports do I play or did I play? I don't play any sports right now. I am like pretty athletic. I work out about like 5 or 6 times a week. But when I was a little bit younger, I used to always play basketball. Basketball was my game. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, you give me that basketball right now and I can shoot pretty good 3-pointers. I'm not gonna lie or toot my own horn, but it's pretty true. I remember I used to like hustle these guys in college. I used to play like 4 hours a day of basketball with the guys. And I remember we had this group, and when these guys, like these other guys would come in, try to like play against us, they would joke around and be like, oh, well, you get the girl. Oh, no, I don't, like, you get her, you know, like kind of like on the down low, so I wouldn't feel bad, but no one really wanted me, but my group obviously really did. So they just like, you know, took me in and we would whoop their butt. Like literally I would kill it. So I just always have loved basketball, and that was just always part of my life. When did I last cry? I cried a few days ago, actually. I was watching an interview on YouTube of Luke Perry and his old castmate, and they were talking about that last episode that they did, like tributing it to him, like the season 4 episode 1. I remember watching that myself and I was like bawling my eyes out. My husband was downstairs and I was like hyperventilating, like crying. And it still gets to me till now. Like whenever I think of him, I cry. I really like adore him, and I'm so sad that he passed away, but I'm pretty sure he's in a much better place. What is the first thing that you instantly notice about people? Their eyes. That's the first thing that I notice, their eyes. Have you ever met anyone famous? Yes. So funny story, I was in New Orleans for a work trip, like a training, and we were waiting for this other girl because I had gotten to the like luggage area quicker than this other person, and we had a driver. So we were just waiting, the driver and I were talking, and then all of a sudden I see like a group of people and I'm like, what the heck is going on? And all of a sudden I see and I'm like looking and I'm like, oh my gosh, that is Russell Brand. That's crazy. So I go up to him, I tell the driver, like, don't leave without me, okay? Because it's like scary, I'm on my own, right? Anyway, so I went to go talk to Russell Brand. The craziest thing, freaking Tim Robbins was right next to him, and Tim Robbins' son. You would think I would remember his name. I couldn't remember his name for the life of me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like who is this guy? I know he's famous. I know, he's in like one of my favorite movies, Shawshank Redemption. I couldn't think of his name and I was too embarrassed to be like, listen, I know you're famous, you're one of my favorite movies, but I can't remember your name. Like, it's kind of rude, you know? So anyways, Russell Brand, so I go up to him like, Mr. Brand. And I had to say it again because I'm very soft-spoken, and then I said, Mr. Brand. So he finally looked at me, like they all looked at me, and I'm short. I'm 5'1.5". He is huge. Like, I don't even know his exact height. Him and Tim Robbins, I think Tim Robbins was even taller. Like, I was literally a shrimp next to them, okay? So they all looked at me. I said to him, I'm a huge fan, can I take a picture? And he grabs my hand, like let's say this is my hand, and he grabs my hand like this and he goes, all right, darling, just give me a few moments. So I said to him, I was like, okay. All of a sudden, I'm like waiting for him to take a picture, and my driver, he's okay, like he's seeing me, and he was so sweet, like he was making sure that I'm okay, like such a sweetheart. And all of a sudden they like start to like not like completely walk away, but kind of slowly go into the opposite direction. They're talking. So I noticed that the other girl came and I had to go. I'm not rude like that. Like I didn't want them to wait just for a picture. Like who cares? Like at least I met him, right? So I actually went up to him again and I said, Mr. Brand, it's okay. I don't need a picture. I'm just so honored to meet you. You know, I'm a huge fan. And so then he puts his arm around me and he goes, all right, come on, nitwit. It was literally like the funniest story that he called me a nitwit, which means like annoying or something like that. But anyways, he was so sweet and such a gentleman. And he actually waited for someone to take a picture for us because a couple people said no, which was kind of weird, but yes. Sorry if it was a long story, but yes. I met Russell Peters, actually who else? Cuba Gooding Jr. I met him. If I could live anywhere, where would it be? California. No questions asked. Do you like scary movies? Hell to the no. What are 3 words to describe yourself? These are pretty good questions, but I like this one because it might seem like it's easy, but it's not, because there's so many things I can say, and it's not that I'm like full of myself. I'm not like that at all. And if you really knew me, I'm like the complete opposite. I feel like if I had to ask anybody, I feel like they would say I'm very sweet. What else? Loyal and funny. I feel like I'm very funny. I mean, I make myself laugh with my own laugh sometimes. Okay, so what languages do you speak and what languages would you like to learn? As I'm looking here, I see what is your nationality. Okay, so I'm just gonna answer all of those kind of like together. So my nationality is Chaldean, and I'm 3/4 Chaldean and the other a little bit Syrian. And languages, so yeah, I speak fluent Arabic. So I speak Arabic and I can understand a little bit of Chaldean. I speak fluent Arabic though. I don't know how to read and write, and I always wanted to learn, but that's something like my parents are like, it's so hard. But someone says I can't do something or something's really hard, I love a challenge, so I'll probably end up learning. But yeah, so that's my nationality. Oh, what languages do I want to learn? So I know basic French and Spanish, but I really want to perfect them. And they're kind of similar in a way. So I feel like once I nail one, the other one will be a little bit easier. I live in Canada, so our language that we had to learn all throughout grade school was French. And I took it for 1 year in high school, and I wish I would have continued it, but I took one course in Spanish, but I actually know more Spanish than I do French. Oh, this is a good one. Okay, I think this might be my favorite question. If you could invite 5 famous people, dead or alive, for dinner, who would they be? Tupac? Harry, for sure, for sure. I just have a conversation with him. Jennifer Lopez, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro. 5. Favorite old shows, favorite new shows. Can you give us advice on what new shows are good? Okay, some of my favorite old shows, I love BH 90210, the original. I love Family Matters, like Steve Urkel, Full House, Fresh Prince. I know, like, I can write the whole like script of Fresh Prince. That's how much I've watched Fresh Prince. Oh, and new ones, sorry. I always get sidetracked and I go to the first question, a part of the question. New shows. Or newer, I would have to say Animal Kingdom. Oh my gosh, I am obsessed with Animal Kingdom. I am so obsessed that my husband and I watched like all 4 seasons in like a week and a half, and the 5th season, I think it's July, don't quote me, but I think so. And literally I'm obsessed. I want to like rewatch it again just because that's how much I'm in love with it, and I've already dreamt of me being in that show and doing jobs for Smurf. Not that that would ever happen in real life, but you know, I'm just saying I dreamt it. Favorite alcoholic drink? Not a big drinker. I've never been. If I feel like a drink, I do have to say a couple times a year. That's as much as I drink, just a few times a year. And I like Hennessy. Favorite childhood memory? With my cousin Jason, who's my best friend. And we used to play cops and robbers. That was my favorite childhood memory. Favorite quote? I'd rather die standing than live on my knees. That is huge, and that is my favorite quote ever. There's a few others, but it's already pretty long, so I'm just gonna choose one more. Okay, hidden talent. I can belly dance like no one's business. I don't know if it's a cultural thing, I don't know, but that's all I gotta say. Hey guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry that it was a little bit longer. I was surprised that I got like quite a bit of questions. Like, I don't have thousands and thousands of people, but it's kind of cool. Like, you know, I ended up getting some random people ask me questions, so that was really cool. I love you guys so much. I hope that you learned something new about me. Much for all of your love and support, and I hope that you all have the most amazing day ever.